Nice. Ow. Having cuisine doesn't mean that you have to forget that you have other stuff than it. Okay. Congratulations, you have just defeated the game. Now just make this to the maximum, and that's all. No more level ups, no more nothing. I have officially right now defeated the game. Yes, game over. This game is done right now. All you just have to do is just but merely survive as long as you can, and that's it. Really. I'm not even joking. This is the game. LP, and let's see how long can I survive more. Now this is wave 13. Let's see if I can make it to wave 20. There's no saving feature or any autosave or such checkpoints. This game is about just surviving. Okay. Sometimes you can make an overkill if you want. Tearing off their limbs one by one. Ow. Ouch. Okay. That was very pointless. Sorry. RWBY, the show. Since I don't really have much stuff to talk about during the video until the very end of the survival, I want just to speak out my own view about it, if you don't mind. I did watch many anime shows and such, but for me, as an American anime 3D, or should I should say English 3D animation CGI show, it was the first one ever. Since, you know, every time you see any word about anime, it's always about Japan, but this time it's about an American show, which is kind of unique. In the show you have 4 main girls, which are Ruby Rose, Weiss, Blake, and Yang. Ruby Rose is, I believe, a reference towards the Red Riding Hood from her appearance and from her, I believe, personality. She's quiet, enthusiastic, sometimes smart, sometimes silly. She is very funny and she cares about her friends. I like so much her personality. She's quite a nice teenager girl, and well, she does have her flaws and problems. However, she is, I believe, the main character for the entire series, and let's say she, as a mascot for the show, she's doing great. Let's go to talk about Weiss. Weiss for herself is like a princess. Mostly, her name itself in Germany means Snow White. I do believe I used to read about a comic that had such weird names, about like Cosmic related. And for Weiss to have her name is Snow White, and she's herself a princess, they are calling her the Ice Princess or Ice Queen. All the references are quite clear about her being Snow White and such. Weiss is very elegant, she is top class, she doesn't like to play much, she's not as playful as RWBY. However, she does have her own nice talents as well, as using the dust power, which is the main plot point for the whole show. The power of dust, which is some type of weird magical stone that gives its wielder some weird powers, depending on how you use it, raw or materialized. From what I saw in the trailer for White, which is Weiss, she was fighting in 2 worlds at the same time, which is kind of unique for her, giving her the mysterious kind of feeling. About herself, her weapon is the RWBY. Can you cooperate with me, please? His weapon is the one-handed sword, and she uses dust quite often. She's kind of like the mystic sword girl or such. She is very much top class. She hates playfulness. She likes more to study and take stuff too serious at sometimes. She has a nice personality. I believe that she and RWBY are kind of best friends, but they don't just want to admit it. About Blake. Blake is a fan's favorite, I do believe. She is a black-haired girl that's kind of a ninja of some kind in her black thriller. She and a guy named Adam goes to a train. They raid it and want to steal whatever is on it for some reason. Blake secretly is a Nikomata girl. Nikomata in Japanese means cat girl. There is a mod in the Nexus that can much more describe ways like what do you call it again? Matera race maybe. She is basically a girl with cat ears that she's hiding under her bow, and she's quite fast. She uses a weird sort of gun and sword combination weapon. Her style is fast and quick. What am I saying? Invisible, please focus a little bit. Her style is about fighting quickly, as fast as possible, and as artful as possible. If you want to see what I'm talking about, you will have just to watch the final episode in Volume 1. I'm about to die in here. Ouch. She's quite nice, sometimes mysterious, but I'm telling you, Blake is one of the fans' favorite because of her own personality. She's mysterious, she's friendly, she takes stuff seriously, you kinda feel like she wants to stay with her friends, but as well, she doesn't want to hurt them with her own stuff, which is kind from her. I do really like her quite much, and I respect her, even though she's just a fictional character, but still, come on. The show is great. Last but not least is Yang, the blonde girl. Now, as for the introduction itself, Yang as a blonde girl that goes to a bar and starts a fight there, it's very typical, very repetitive, and very boring. Next up, you will see that Yang has her trademarked gauntlets, which are her cups. You don't really need me to explain much more. For myself, I do believe I see Yang using, from Skyrim reference again, CBBE body, which focuses about her breasts and her curves, but believe me, they are not that big at all. They are not. She does quite a bit mention her size and such, but believe me, she's just oversizing herself. Yang, sadly, her introduction didn't come quite as creative as the rest of the girls in RWBY, because the regular fight in the bar and the weapon she's using, which is boxing, and books her fists and combined with shotgun shells, is kind of silly. Sorry, but I don't really want to violate the show nor Monty or anyone else in RWBY, but believe me, I don't really like her at all. Supposedly, RWBY and Yang both are kind of sisters or half-sisters of some kind, which is weird because they don't have anything that resembles them as sisters at all. I mean, the color of the hair. RWBY's hair is red to black, I think. Yang's hair is totally blonde. But again, Monty said that they both are half sisters and they may have been raised both in the orphanage or such. If you see the intro for Volume 1 in RWBY, the show, you will see a weird looking white hooded woman standing before RWBY, and I believe that weird beetles coming outside of her hood cap are the dust, just like RWBY's and the other girls. I believe that girl is her RWBY's mother. First time I thought that that girl was Wiz herself, just standing before RWBY, but then she vanishes and weirdly she is standing